Let's go Browns! Big changes could be coming to Cleveland, and this one could shake up the entire franchise. I'll give you all the details. Before we dive into this big news, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a Cleveland Browns update. Let's go! According to NFL insider Marcus Mosher, the Browns are projected to make a blockbuster trade with the San Francisco 49ers, and the name at the center of it, Myles Garrett. Yes, you heard that right. The reigning Defensive Player of the Year, one of the league's best pass rushers, could be on the move. And not just anywhere, Mosher predicts Cleveland could send him to the Super Bowl contending 49ers, a team in need of a game-changing force on defense. But what would the Browns get in return? The 49ers currently hold the number 11 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, a valuable asset that could allow the Browns to rebuild after years of investing heavily in win-now moves. In addition to that pick, Cleveland would reportedly receive the number 99 pick this year and a 2026 second-rounder, providing even more flexibility to reshape the roster. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Mosher suggests that with those picks, the Browns could execute another big trade, similar to what the Houston Texans did in 2023, when they landed C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson Jr. with back-to-back picks. In that scenario, the Browns would trade up to land two of the biggest names in college football, Colorado's Shedeur Sanders at quarterback and Travis Hunter, a dynamic two-way player who could be an asset at both cornerback and wide receiver. A move like that would be bold, but with Deshaun Watson likely to miss 2025 due to injury, the Browns need to start planning for the future at quarterback. But wait, there's more. The Browns have also been linked to a potential blockbuster move for Kirk Cousins. The veteran QB, who signed a 4-year, $180 million deal with Atlanta, is expected to be traded or cut after a rough season. Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox has the Browns as one of the top landing spots for Cousins, along with the New York Jets. Why Cleveland? Well, Cousins has a history with Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski, who worked with him in Minnesota. At 36, Cousins could be a solid bridge quarterback if the Browns don't land a young prospect in the draft. The big question is whether Cleveland would be willing to take on his contract or if Atlanta would have to eat a chunk of that massive salary. What does this mean for the Browns? If the Browns make these moves, we're looking at a completely different team in 2025. Trading Garrett would be a tough pill to swallow for fans, but if it sets the Browns up for long-term success with an exciting young QB and a top-tier player, would it be worth it? What about Cousins? Should Cleveland take a chance on the veteran QB, or would it be smarter to focus on the draft and go all in on the Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter plan? Now it's your turn, Browns fans. Would you be willing to trade Myles Garrett if it meant getting a young quarterback and another star player? Or should the Browns keep their defensive anchor and find another way to fix the QB situation? Let me know what you think in the comments below. The coaching carousel in the NFL has finally come to a stop, and while some teams made massive overhauls, the Browns are sticking with Kevin Stefanski as head coach. But that doesn't mean there aren't some fresh faces coming in. Cleveland just announced 8 coaching changes for the 2025 season, and these moves could have a huge impact on the team moving forward. Let's break it down. Christian Jones joins the Browns as the tight ends coach, coming over from the New York Giants. Sanders Davis and Ben Wilkerson have been brought in as assistant offensive line coaches. Kyle Hoke will take on the role of assistant special teams coach. Adam Morris is stepping in as the assistant defensive line coach. Bill Musgrave is now the quarterback's coach, bringing years of experience to mentor whoever ends up leading the Browns under center. Stephen Bravo Brown moves into the assistant wide receiver coaching role. Nick Charlton has been named the pass game specialist, a crucial position as the Browns look to elevate their aerial attack. And let's not forget about 2 major hires that had already been confirmed. Tommy Rees, who was previously the pass game coordinator and tight ends coach, has been promoted to offensive coordinator. Mike Bloomgren, former Rice head coach, is stepping in to coach the offensive line. These moves indicate that the Browns are looking to tweak their system rather than completely overhaul it. But will it be enough to take them to the next level? That remains to be seen. Now, let's talk about the front office. General Manager Andrew Berry is under fire. Many believe that this is a make-or-break offseason for him. The criticism? His drafting record has been shaky at best. Analyst Adam Gerstenhaber didn't hold back in his recent comments on Berry, calling out his poor draft history. His first two first-round picks that he's had, Jed Wills, who is not getting a second contract because he's a subpar player, and Greg Newsome, who I don't think is getting a second contract because he's an okay player. He just hasn't drafted well overall. That's a brutal assessment, but let's be honest, Barry's decisions have had major consequences. Trading for Deshaun Watson and handing out that massive contract? Questionable. Missing on crucial draft picks? It's happened more than once. But here's the thing, Barry has one more chance to prove he can turn this team around. The Browns hold the number 2 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. This is his opportunity to bring in a franchise-altering player and silence the critics. Browns fans, now it's your turn. What do you think about the coaching staff changes? Do you trust Andrew Barry to make the right moves this offseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. The Cleveland Browns are not only looking at a revamped roster for the upcoming season, but they're also making key changes to their coaching staff. Head coach Kevin Stefanski continues to refine his team as the Browns prepare for a crucial 2025 campaign. On Friday, the team officially announced several additions and promotions to Stefanski's staff, moves that will significantly impact how the Browns operate next season. One of the biggest changes comes at the offensive coordinator position. With former tight ends coach Tommy Rees being promoted earlier this offseason, the team needed someone to fill his previous role. Enter Christian Jones. Jones joins the Browns after spending the last 3 seasons with the New York Giants, where he most recently served as quarterbacks coach for the past 2 years. His experience developing quarterbacks could be a huge asset to Cleveland's offensive scheme. Next up, Sanders Davis has been brought on as an assistant offensive line coach. Davis spent the last 6 seasons coaching at Rice, where he led the offensive line for the past 4 years. His addition will be key in strengthening an offensive line that has faced challenges in recent seasons. Cleveland is also making moves on special teams. Kyle Hoke has been named assistant special teams coach for the 2025 season. With over 13 years of collegiate coaching experience, including stints at Texas A&M, San Diego State, and John Carroll University, Hope brings a fresh perspective to a unit that has been searching for consistency. On the defensive side, the Browns are adding Adam Morris as assistant defensive line coach. Morris previously served as the defensive line coach and run game coordinator at the University of Buffalo, where he helped develop young talent and improve defensive efficiency. Another key addition is Ben Wilkerson, who will also serve as an assistant offensive line coach. Wilkerson is no stranger to the NFL, having previously worked with the New York Jets, New York Giants, and Chicago Bears. A former standout player at LSU, his experience as both a coach and a player should be invaluable for the Browns' offensive line. In terms of internal promotions, Bill Musgrave is taking on a new role as quarterbacks coach after serving as a senior offensive assistant last season. With over a decade of experience in the NFL, Musgrave's knowledge of the game could be a major boost for the Browns' quarterback room. Stephen Bravo Brown is another familiar face stepping into a bigger role. After spending 3 years as a special teams assistant in Cleveland, he will now serve as assistant wide receivers coach, helping develop one of the team's most crucial position groups. These coaching changes signal the Browns' commitment to building a strong foundation heading into the new season. With new faces and fresh perspectives, the hope is that these adjustments will lead to significant improvements on both sides of the ball. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think these coaching moves will help the Browns take a step forward in 2025? Which change excites you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss any Browns updates. Let's go Browns!